We'll go to Public Works and Utilities. Call to order. It is now 6:39 on June 9th. We've already had attendance. We did Pledge of Allegiance under public safety. So we'll have the Water and Sewer Department report.
Spent quite a bit of time at the pool fixing issues down there. You guys have spent quite a bit of time doing locates for the boring company coming through town.
How many lines have they hit?
Is that Brightspeed?
Thinks Fiber Kingdom.
Kingdom Fiber, I think, is.
Well, they're expanding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
What are they putting in? What are they boring in town? Is that internet going down Jefferson Street and what?
It's
Fiber.
That's fiber for the rural communities.
Yeah, it's part of getting the rural communities all new internet. Problem with it is they're not taking out the old infrastructure; they're just
leaving
new.
it.
Yeah, so I know. Off topic, different departments of Clayton and our electric crew have had to go in and reorganize some of our stuff because of the overhead stuff that they're putting in. A lot of those poles are getting busy because a lot of the old infrastructure is there. They're just installing new on top of each
Are
other.
they hitting any of our water lines or anything? Knock on wood. I shouldn't have said that.
Knock on wood. Yeah, that's going to be a
Knock
problem.
on wood, we have been very lucky.
Tomorrow will be a bad day.
I'll call you.
Okay. Any other questions for Water and Sewer Department? Then we will go to the Electric Department. Clayton?
Same thing, a lot of locates. Our tree contractor came in and finished up what we had left over on the budget for trees. Matthew said we did some work for the fiber companies, adjusting where our stuff was at on the poles. We had all of our equipment and trucks tested recently, and everything's good.
What kind of testing do you have?
We do a dielectric testing.
When are we scheduling the replacement of that last line on the back alley here?
At some point.
I don't want it at some point. We've got to get that scheduled and get it done because I don't want to wait until it goes down on us and then we've got another fiasco.
Upon inspection, the line is fine right now. There's no. It might look bad, but there's no bad spots in it or cut wires or anything.
I will remind you that was said about the last one that went down about a week before it went down.
I didn't say that.
Harold, Don, what are your thoughts on it?
I think they're aware of it, and they'll schedule it in when they can get it in.
All right.
Okay, we'll leave electric, go to Public Works and Streets. Jimmy?
Worked on water drainage. Obviously, we've needed it last week. Replaced a lot of culverts. All water brush. A lot of brush hauled over here, so we're kind of staying on top of that. Potholing, mowing, spraying, getting ready for Anchor Fest. Finally finished up with it, so.
You had no chance of Special Road District, right?
Which part?
The very past JJ.
Over the railroad tracks?
No. You had no chance between JJ and Route B.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Special Road.
Okay, so there are several potholes in there that get harder to miss.
Special Road takes care of from the railroad tracks at Columbia Street on that.
Okay.
Is is the crossing handled by us or by the special road district?
The railroad crossing at Columbia Street, that is Colca Road.
Okay, that's all coordinated with them.
That's theirs.
Okay.
Any other questions for street department?
Nada.
Brings us to Public Works and Utilities Director, Matthew.
Yes, let me get this pulled up. Yeah, I know, I'm trying to read off my phone. Let's see, so, obviously Anchorfest, coordination, just trying to coordinate with the utilities that are necessary for that. All the departments did awesome job on staying on top of that. I know it's probably an inconvenience for my phone number to come up on their phone during that time because I need something uptown, but they did an awesome job with that. Starting to get a few more setbacks for new construction. Building things are starting to heat up a little bit, and then just kind of got the roof replacement project. You can see on here, their last I heard that it was going to start the week of the 16th, and that's the wrong month that I can see, but this month of the 16th. So hopefully we'll be able to coordinate that. We'll have to kind of figure out the best way where they're going to set up their equipment and dumpsters and things like that, so we can keep City Hall front doors open. But other than that, normal month for me.
Where's Domino's coming in?
So basically just straight east of La Crosse,
Across
in
from
the
Casey's.
grass lot there. And so that, all of us have been involved with that, coordinating utilities and sizing things for them. And I would suspect that construction will probably start, if not this week, probably next on that. So we've got some work to do out there as well.
Okay. Anything else?
So, yeah, there's a couple things just for some discussion with you all. So Demi hinted at it in his activity report. So we are getting bombarded with trees at the in-town tree or the brush pit. So normally you get a few limbs here and there. It's not a big deal. We are currently having some contractors, some homeowners are taking them down, but with our tree problem, not only in the street right away, but in private property areas too, we're getting full trees dropped at the brush pit over here, I would say weekly.
I've seen several trees on private property come down.
Yeah, so there's really no way to police that over there. When we see somebody doing it, we drive over, we stop them, we send them out to the brush pit that's at our landfill. So Demi and I have been kind of kicking around the idea, talking with Tara, possibly opening the back gate to the landfill where the brush pit, where we and the contractors haul the brush to. So it's locked during our, when we're done for the day. So it would be moving the gate, that little map that's on there that's attached to the agenda. So we would basically open that back gate full time, keep it in place, just so if we ever had to shut it off, we've got it there. But then install a new gate just right to the north of the creek location. That will keep people out of where a majority of our stuff is on the landfill site, but it will let them gain access to that brush pit, so that way weekends, after hours, people can haul the brush out there and we can push it up versus tying. I mean, I know we've had a guy tied up almost 2 weeks now just hauling brush during the day. And that's something we want to try to get away from. So this is just kind of an idea we've got.
It's not going to get any better.
Yeah, I mean, it's that's what we're thinking. It's probably going to get worse. And so this would ultimately take place for that small brush pit
So where's the brush pit now?
by the water tower.
Out at the landfill or here in town?
Yeah, which brush pit are you talking
That
about?
green circle.
What?
I'll tell you, I think it makes sense. We know this is going to be an ongoing frustration of a lot of activity, right? For brush and logs and limbs. And so I think we should seriously look at how we make it accessible to them during operating hours during the day to take their stuff there versus the small pit by the water tower. So I think your idea has a lot of merit.
Looks like a good plan to me.
So will that still be there for yard waste? By the water tower?
So yeah, we can just keep the yard waste spot and then block off the brush. So your grass clippings, things of that nature, can still probably be dropped off at that site under the water tower. But basically, take your brush, your big limbs, your trees, and have the people haul them direct out there versus
Yeah, we
versus
should,
us.
we're used to those.
I mean, not only that, that aspect of it, but then our trucks are not made to haul full trees, and so we're crossing the highway with them. It's a liability with that thing falling off. I think this is just kind of a quick idea that we came up with that may be a solution for a long-term solution.
What do you consider the trees? You guys shred them up and sell the mulch?
Sometimes, yeah. Or we don't sell them once we give them
Get
away.
away.
Presumably you'll put a nice big sign out by the old brush pit, right?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah.
Otherwise,
Maybe
otherwise
some
they'll just dump
maybe
it in
some
the yard.
permanent barricades or something
Yeah.
like that. But
Otherwise, they'll just dump it in with the yard waste.
yeah,
Yeah.
What is this?
Signage would be good.
yeah. We want to get. I mean, we're going to have to implement signs at the existing. We're going to have to implement signs at the new. So definitely some sign work involved, some costs there, and then the cost of the gate. But we're not going to be able to keep up as this thing heats up even more to get that hauled off every week and get projects and stuff done.
Once all that's loaded up, they've got to dump it somewhere. So if we direct them, they can't dump it there. They'll have to take it out to the other place where we want it to be, right? So we're not having to handle it. So it makes all the good sense for us to do this because this is going to be going on for a while and for the next couple 3 years. So for sure. So
We've also talked about the possibility of putting a camera up out there just to prevent any illegal dumping, just to put it on there.
that's helpful. That's helpful. No question.
Yeah, because they'll be in the habit of, that's where they're gonna take it. What is the status of the tree inventory?
So, Marcia has been working on contacting references for the 3 companies that we're looking into, and we've gotten all those back as of today. So, we're gonna be going over those references and deciding who we wanna, I'm gonna be reaching out to them. They all did the projects differently, so I'd like to get a solid way of bidding the total project, from each of the companies before we decide.
So are we gonna wait until we get that, until we award more trees to be cut?
Yeah, cause right now there's no way to choose which one is the lowest bid
No,
because of
but
the
I mean, have, more people, have more trees cut.
For another removal process. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Get the inventory. Yeah. So our idea was to get the inventory done and then use that inventory to then start our plan of high priority trees, things of that nature. That's what we discussed with the tree board in our meeting. Basically, use that inventory as our plan for the next.
how long will it take them to do the tree inventory once we select?
depends on the contractor we go with.
Yeah, we had several different timelines that we were given on the proposals.
My urgent mode is starting to cook it. If you can't,
Yeah, I get it. I
I mean,
totally
their trees are
understand.
looking really bad.
I totally understand, but, I don't know our timeline on, I mean, it's just a review process at this point, and then, I don't know if, were you gonna have the tree board involved in that at all, or no?
I
Or we
believe they
just-
wanted to be involved after they were selected.
Okay, so it sounds like it's just an in-house thing, we just need to sit down and
Anything else? Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
The surplus property report inventory.
yeah, next page down, we've got some surplus property.
Oh,
Which does bring me to the point of those, the new signs that we're gonna need. What's the story with the 1989 Greco sign maker?
So that thing we found upstairs at the street shop, and I don't know that it's ever been used in the last.
So it's been used to make some non-reflective signs.
Right.
So you gotta buy the blanks, and then you gotta buy the stickers to put on the blanks. And once you get all that bought, at the end of the day, you can buy a sign for cheaper than what you can make a sign
Do
for.
we already have some blanks and some stickers?
No,
We are completely out of all that. There's some stickers for some road names, but I mean, there's not a lot there.
Okay.
would either of those trucks, would the recreation department want either of those?
So the electric, the 2000 Chevrolet Silverado, we have been told by the park director that he does not want that. And if that tells you anything about the shape that that truck's in, then that should paint the picture that it is just beyond.
Okay,
Pretty bad shape.
Yeah,
Yep. But the fire department one's not, correct?
correct. The fire department is in
Pretty good shape. You said
pretty good
last time.
shape,
But it
really
is a-
good shape.
Let's just go with good shape.
Yeah.
Don't make that public. When is this going on? When is this auction gonna, is it online or how's this gonna be?
It'll be online
When's it gonna be?
when you guys declare
Okay,
surplus.
down the road, okay, we'll know
Yeah.
when it is, okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. But the electric trucks are junk, huh?
Yeah, yeah. We've got the
It's worse than a service truck, but
the Silverado from the fire department. The generators at the fire department. We've looked. Some of those I think have been around maybe for 40+ years, and not a whole lot of
They don't start.
identification on those, and so that's what those are from.
So I know we discussed the electric department truck here a meeting or so ago. Now, are they short trucks? Or
Yeah,
you-
so
or
this
you-
was, the one that's being surplus is the chipper truck.
So we're good on trucks without this truck?
Yeah, we're gonna
Be
adjust
okay.
their dump truck for the box so we can. This truck's hooked to the trailer and it won't start, so it does us no good at this point. We're kicking ourselves down the road, just taking it to a shop, and you know what I mean. It's just not worth it anymore.
any other questions, comments?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion to adjourn in a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. We can go ahead